Alright, what's up everybody? This is Joshua Trades for part 6 of our bolt jaw tong making video. In the last video I went ahead and got these shaped in order to look like bolt jaw tong blanks, and there's still some finessing and all that good stuff that needs to happen. So I'm hoping that in this video, don't know how long I'll be able to forge tonight because it is going to start getting dark soon. But in this video, my goal is to have these completed. So I may have to edit this out if I don't get it done. But if not, my goal is to have these done. And yeah, so all that's left is to do some rounding, make them more comfortable to hold, squaring everything up, and then we'll be able to drift the hole, punch and drift the hole, and put the rivet in, and then do final shaping to each other, and we should have a set of some decently usable tongs at the end of it. So let's go ahead and get the forge fired up and we'll get going. Alright, so now I got the range rounded off. I'm going to go ahead and mark out my centers and punch and drift the holes for the rivet. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm using my China marker to cover the surface so that it'll act kind of like a Dicom die. So I can mark the center and scribe some lines. Alright, I got the holes center punched. Now I'm gonna put it back in the forge and attempt to drift this. I'm gonna start with this just so that I can get centered up better, but then I'll switch over to this. And we'll drift it out to 1/4 inch. Look at that. Took way too long, but I drifted punched my first hole. Haha. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And there's my first tiny little plug that I punched out. How cool is that? I might be too excited about this, but I'm pretty excited. I'm saving it. Don't judge me. This one's probably way warm enough. There it is. And hole number 2. Look at that. This one's much cleaner too. Almost lost it. Look at that. Second plug. Heck yeah. Alright. So now we just have to drift these out to 1/4 inch. And should be good to go. Wow, look at that. How freaking cool, man. It's also getting dark, so I'll get these drifted and then I'll probably call it a night. I'll finish this another day. Alright, I brought out the vise and I'm going to try that, see how it goes. I had to turn the mic off because it plugs into the same port the battery charger does, so if the audio is bad, I apologize for that. Alright, so I think this will probably be the last heat for drifting these holes, and should be close to ready to put the rivet in. So that sadly will have to be tomorrow because it's getting pretty dark. Sunset's beautiful though over there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'll try to get you a shot. Not sure you'll be able to see that. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Alright, let's get this hole drifted in. Next, we'll go ahead and cut the rivet, get these riveted together, and then we can adjust the angles for everything so it all lines up. That is really cool. Alright, that'll be for tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good way to Hey, what's up everybody? Day 2 of part 6. Got the tongs bolted together so I can kind of get a rough idea of what needs to happen to them. And essentially, if you look, they don't quite line up. And what my goal is today is to get these fit to each other so that they work, get the reins where I want them, and get them riveted. And we're going to go ahead and rivet them first. And never done this before, so we'll kind of figure it out as we go. Alright, so let me get the forge fired up and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so while the forge is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and cut my 1/4 inch bar stock. And I was told that you need about 1.5 to 2 times the diameter hanging out. So what I'm going to do is measure this distance here, and then since it's a 1/4 inch, 2 times that is 1/2 inch, so that's 1/2 inch on this side, then I'll need another 1/2 on this side, so it'll be whatever this thickness is plus 1 inch. Alright, I have my rivet cut, and now we'll make sure everything looks okay. Alright, there we have it. Got a rivet. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is start it cold with this as a spacer. That way, that'll hold it where I need it to be whenever I start forging. Alright, not perfect. Kind of went a little weeble wobble there, but I think it'll be okay. I'm going to go ahead and get it hot and we'll go from there. I don't think I have enough on this side, and I've got plenty on that side. I don't know. If they fail, I'll put a new rivet in. I'm just going to do one more heat to smooth everything out. Alright, look at that. Tongs. Alright. So, next we're going to size it. And I brought out a bar of 1/2 inch square stop. This next step, we'll use the vise a lot to fine tune everything. prettiest, but I am totally stoked. So now what I want to do is open this bit out a little more, and that way they get wider, and then past that I'll bring them back together. Or I'll just put that in there and then squeeze around it. That'll be easy. Try it if it works. Again, one of the benefits of having your forge be a pass-through if you have a smaller forge is so that you can work these longer pieces still inside your forge. So what I'm going to do is just run this as far close to the bit as I can, or the boss as I can, and it's going to splay the ends out, and then I'll just pull them back in, and that'll kind of give the reins a little bit of shape and help me size them for what I need. These are definitely a lot lighter duty than I would have thought they would be, but considering the fact that it's only 1/4 inch material to begin with, I'm not really surprised now looking back. But I think if you wanted something a little bit more durable, something like these, definitely have to start with some thicker material. These things, I've actually picked this anvil up when it was too hot with these, and they've been just fine. So, but it's a really good way to get into tong making. Makes it a lot easier, or it helps you understand a lot of the concepts, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I have some scuzzy water here. I'm going to quench the jaw and the boss and the bit, but keep the reins hot, and then I'll lock them in the vise. Alright, I don't really like how that second rein turned out, so I'm going to try to do it on the anvil. I also had to switch over from the microphone because the battery was getting low. So again, sorry for any sound quality issues. On second thought, I probably would have done these reins a little differently now that I've actually tried to do it. Worked out great in my head, not so much in practice, mainly because I don't have a good way to hold them. Alright, there are the bolt jaw tongs. I'm going to go ahead and wire brush them on the big wheel and aka on the grinder, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I spent some time on the wire brush, got these all cleaned up, got all the forge scale off of them, and now I'm going to heat them back up and spray them down with some WD-40 to help protect them, give them that nice black appearance too. And I've got the forge turned down low, and what I can actually do is run my throttle plate down, which you guys probably can't see. Alright, so now I've got the forge running a little cooler because all I want to do is heat these up. to use tongs for the other tongs for this, so I can pull them out when I need to. Alright, here we go. So at this point I'm just letting them cool down a little bit. When I spray them, you can see that it steams too much, smokes too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and let them cool a little bit more. They're a little too hot. Alright, let's spray them down more, see what happens. And there we go. The bolt jaw tongs completed. I still can't pick stuff up with them. Doesn't help that they're hot, but let's see here. There we go. And then we should be able to grip those just like that. There we go. They're very hot. But thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series. I know it took a really long time, but I can only work on this in my free time after work, or on the weekend. So I'm also still learning, but I'm glad that you stuck with me, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hopefully you learned some things from my mistakes. And you know, all I can say is I hope you guys go out and try to make a set of these. Again, I'll link the instructions below from blacksmith.com, and yeah, have fun with it. It's definitely a good learning project. This was definitely way over my head as far as abilities go, but you know, I like taking on stuff like that so that I can learn and actually improve. So I highly recommend, if you're new to blacksmithing and you haven't made a set of tongs yet, do one of these, but be patient. You know, it's tough. I think the hardest part was splitting the bit and then getting the reins how I want them after I riveted them together, and getting everything to line up. There's some finesse work that goes into that, but overall I had a really good time with these, and I hope you enjoyed watching me learn. And if you like what you see, please click subscribe, and I'll try to get videos out as often as I can. And yeah, Joshua Waltrage, bolt jaw tongs, we made it.